Hello there. I'm going to take some time away from our discussion of the Civil War in the West to just make some comments about the Civil War horse. The horse was essential during the Civil War era. It not only carried thousands of men into battle, but pulled countless wagons and artillery pieces throughout the war. It is reported that the Union Army alone used over 825,000 horses during the conflict. This figure does not include the animals confiscated from farmers. The cost to the Union is said to be in the neighborhood of $124 million. No Union trooper had to supply his own mount. Complete records for the Confederacy are not available, but it is reliably reported that a Confederate trooper had to supply his own horse. Should he lose his mount, he became an infantryman. Artillery use was the worst duty assigned horses on either side. Each gun was pulled by 6 horses. Each gun also had 3 ammunition chests pulled by another 6 horses. 12 horses were assigned to each gun. During any battle, horses remained in harness some 30 or 40 feet behind their cannon. Horses were regular targets whenever they came within musket range of the enemy. When a horse was killed, it was necessary for the men to get off all the harnesses and transfer them to a living horse. Sometimes the horses were wounded or killed faster than the harnesses could be switched. Our most common image is that of a war horse ridden by an individual. A trooper and his mount could cover about 35 miles a day without seriously taxing the horse or its rider. Normally, the pair could travel 4 miles an hour at a walk, 8 miles an hour at a trot, and 16 miles an hour at a gallop. During normal marches, the trooper would ride for an hour at a walk and then walk his mount for 15 minutes or so. On a raid, however, both the horse and its rider were severely taxed. Commonly traveling without a stop as fast as possible, many horses were lost to exhaustion, wounds, dehydration, or hunger. Not having the time to await the recovery of mounts during a raid, horses were killed on the spot rather than be left and then used later by the enemy. The most common disability suffered by the military horse was lameness. There were usually hoof problems caused by a stone bruise, a hoof rot, grease heel, or an infected heel. Lack of daily attention to his mount was the common cause of most lameness. Sore back was another common problem. Once again, a trooper's poor care was the cause. In combat zones, whenever a horse came up lame, rather than wait for the animal to recover, it was killed.